On the eve of the Tokyo Olympics, the USA Gymnastics program finds itself at a fork in the road. Following the Larry Nassar sexual abuse crisis, athletes have praised a culture shift at the top of the sport. Some athletes, like Olympic and world champion Simone Biles, are concerned that a new, more positive environment may come at a cost. In today's video, we're going to discuss the USA official gymnastics and details surrounding the myths of a culture shift. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching. USA Gymnastics in Myths of Culture Shift. The American Gymnastics Championships have come to an end. The pressure was relieved, if only for a brief moment. Olympic hopefuls lingered aimlessly on the Dickies Arena floor. Some people exchanged words, some people reached for their phones, others looked for their relatives in the stands. When there's a lull in the action, Jordan Chiles does what she typically does. She got up and danced. A couple soon joined in, then there were a couple more, then there were a couple more. Nearly the entire group was doing the cha-cha slide for all to see within a minute or two. In the 5 years since the highly successful but divisive national team coordinator retired, the atmosphere around the top level of the sport in the United States has improved. Last month's unexpected flash mob during the national finals provided a symbolic, though shallow, look of how the environment is changing. I feel like the trainings are actually kind of a lot more fun and it's still stressful, but it's not as stressful as it used to be, said MyKayla Skinner, an alternate on the 2016 Olympic team who will be traveling and competing in the Tokyo Olympics. Simone Biles, one, if not the world's greatest gymnast, wonders whether or not the pendulum has begun to swing too far and too fast. Simone Biles has welcomed the long overdue movement to make the Olympic Games more athlete-centric. Her concern is that the brave new world of sports may make it harder for the coaches employed to turn prodigies into champions to execute their duties effectively. Biles, one of the most vocal opponents of USA Gymnastics in the aftermath of the Larry Nassar sexual abuse scandal and a Nassar survivor, is unconcerned. If Karolyi had still been in control, it's unlikely she would have returned to the sport in late 2017. It was time for a change. I think the culture shift is happening, but it's almost as if the athletes almost have too much power and the coaches can't get a rein on it, Biles told the Associated Press in May. So then it's kind of wild. It's like a horse out of the barn. You can't get it back in. Since the 2011 World Championships, the Americans have produced 4 Olympic all-around gold medalists and won every major team title, a streak they're widely favored to continue in Tokyo, thanks to in large part to Biles' unrivaled brilliance. What's left is to see what happens next. How will one of the U.S. Olympic movement's gold criteria generate both a healthy, happy climate and a competitive one? Gymnastics federations from the United States to the United Kingdom to Australia are grappling with their own version of the #MeToo movement, with athletes in each country coming forward to expose a toxic culture. The Nassar fallout isn't going away anytime soon, despite leadership's efforts to move USA Gymnastics forward. It's very evident that something needs to change in order for those competing within professional and elite gymnastics to feel completely comfortable and safe. The officials need to ensure there are protocols in place. Simone Biles continues to comment on the culture shifting, stating, "Everything needs to be visible and the coaches know that," said Nellie Biles, who opened the gym to give daughter Simone a place to train. The coaches know that they are watched at all times, not only from the viewing arena, but by cameras. They know that. That should not distract from what they're doing if they're doing their job. They just know that there are cameras and they know that nothing is a secret. So yeah, just do whatever is right and don't even have a worry that anyone's watching you. While the internal structure of USA Gymnastics has changed dramatically since the 2016 Olympics, current president Li Long, of the 4th individual to accompany the role since the Rio de Janeiro closing ceremony, external standards have not. As the organization hunts for a medium ground after Tokyo, Biles questions if that level will be sustainable, at least in the short term. It's hard for a country to stay on top for so many years, she said. So I do believe there will be a little bit of a downfall, but then go back up again because there will be that cultural change that you'll have to go through. I don't think the results will always be the same because so much will be going on at one time when you can't get control of it. That's my only worry, Biles states. USA Gymnastics' abuse of competitors. The national governing body for gymnastics in the United States is the United States of America Gymnastics. The United States Gymnastics Federation was founded in 1963. The United States Gymnastics Association, USA Gymnastics, is in charge of choosing and training national teams for the Olympic Games and World Championships. USA Gymnastics' objective is to promote gymnastics participation and excellence in all facets of the sport. The women's artistic program, which includes the events vault, uneven bars, balance beam, and floor exercise, has grown in popularity as a result of multiple nationally broadcast contests held each year. Floor exercise, pommel horse, still rings, vault, parallel bars, and horizontal bar are among the events in the men's artistic program. Larry Nassar, the national team doctor for 4 Olympic cycles, pleaded guilty in 2018 to sexually abusing more than 300 female athletes, including Olympic gold medalists Ali Reisman and Jordan Weber. The United States Olympic Committee vowed to decertify USA Gymnastics unless the whole board resigned following his punishment. On January 26, USA Gymnastics obliged and all 21 board members resigned. MyKayla Skinner, an Olympic medalist, has filed a lawsuit alleging that USA Gymnastics paid her to remain silent about Nassar's abuse. Gymnasts have demanded that those who shielded Nassar, such as the USOC and USA Gymnastics, be held accountable. Megan Halasek, a 15-year-old gymnast with a shattered spine, went to Dr. Larry Nassar for treatment. Nassar, on the other hand, raped Halasek during what's supposed to be a normal appointment again and again and again. "You abused me," all the while giving me stories about his Olympic journey. Halasek stated in court in January. More than 150 women spoke during Nassar's sentencing hearing, including Halasek, a former doctor for USA Gymnastics and a sports medicine physician at Michigan State University. Nassar pled guilty to criminal sexual conduct and federal child pornography crimes. In January, Nassar was sentenced to up to 175 years in jail for his actions, the judge adding, "I just signed your death warrant." On federal child pornography accusations, the former doctor was already sentenced to 60 years in prison. Ali Reisman, Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, and MyKayla Skinner, all decorated U.S. Olympians, are among others who claim Nassar assaulted them. Nassar allegedly abused Skinner every time I saw him, according to Skinner. She told NBC's Savannah Guthrie in an April Dateline interview that it amounted to hundreds of times. The majority, though, were not well-known competitors. Gymnasts, dancers, and volleyball players were among the pupils and young female athletes. They trusted Nassar because of his reputation as a well-connected and brilliant doctor. It also helped them maintain their anonymity. The ongoing investigation into the Nassar case comes amid a greater outpouring of stories of sexual assault and harassment in various settings, from Hollywood to hotel rooms, and the failure or complicity of those in positions of authority in protecting perpetrators. Nassar trained at the highest level with some of the best gymnasts in the world. He began working as an athletic trainer for USA Gymnastics, the regulatory body that chooses Olympic teams, in 1986. He attended Michigan State University for medical school and joined USA Gymnastics as the lead medical coordinator in 1996. He was photographed close to American gymnast Carrie Strug following her memorable ankle injury during the 1996 Olympics, and he also attended the Games in Sydney in 2000, Beijing in 2008, and London in 2012. Nassar then unexpectedly retired from USA Gymnastics in September 2015 with little fanfare. He'd resigned as main medical coordinator but had planned to continue as the team doctor for the 2016 Olympics. A year later, a slew of sexual assault charges surfaced, revealing why. It's evident that something needs to change with the culture of gymnastics, specifically USA Gymnastics. Now, this stuff happens all over the world, and Nassar was fortunately caught, but it's mind-boggling. These situations can go unnoticed or ignored for so long by so many high-up officials who have the power to make a change. It's encouraging that the gymnastics sector is making a culture shift, and hopefully it's going to remain this way. And there you have it, everything you need to know about the culture shift that's going on within the USA Gymnastics organizations and what this means for the girls competing. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.